Well, Judge Fein just dropped a bombshell that I didn't know. Maybe y'all did, because I didn't. And the thousands of people who are going to watch this, I'm assuming y'all didn't know either. We getting the YNW Melly trial started next month. Let's go. Shout out once again to my man Bryson Boom Paul, State of Florida versus YNW Melly, witness tampering. A status hearing was held on Wednesday, December 9th with Judge Martin S. Fein presiding. YNW Melly, real name Jamell Demons, witness tampering trial has been set for January 21st, 2026 at the Broward County Courthouse at 9 a.m. with Judge Martin S. Fein presiding. According to Broward County Clerk, a discovery status hearing is scheduled for December 17th at 8:45 a.m. with Judge Martin S. Fein presiding. YNW Melly will be represented by Drew Fillin and Carol Halt. I can't even say her name, even though I knew it. Representing the state is A.S.A. Alexandra Bucklew, Esquire. So, as you can see right here, can I make that smaller? Yeah, okay. So, it's telling these cats dressed for trial. It's crazy. So, you had that right here, the hearing time. So, we got all of that stuff ready. You can see the dates, right? All right, cool. So, he put out the special stuff for it, you know what I mean? He put out, let's just read it. On December 9th, Judge Martin Fein orders special interest procedures for YNW Melly's January 2026 retrial due to intense national and international media attention and prior live stream proceedings. In the 21-page filing with the Broward County Clerk, Judge Martin S. Fein orders jury selection will occur in courtroom 4780 with 250 jurors. Only court personnel, counsel, and the defendant may occupy the room, leaving no public seating. A public viewing courtroom will provide live audio and video feeds to preserve public access while protecting juror anonymity. All juror names and identifying information will be redacted and sealed. So as you can see right here, that's what they're talking about. Let me try to make this for y'all real quick. And it says right here, order instructing court administration to impanel special interest / high profile procedures pursuant to 17th Judicial Circuit Administrative Order 2021-74, Gen, and outlining mechanics of jury selection to be used. This cause having come forward have been reviewed. This court makes the following findings. Defendant's case is 797 days old as of this date. God dang. Shit. Sorry. The case is currently set for trial on January 21st, 2026. The present case is subject of widespread media attention across the United States and international community. The defendant's previous trial was live streamed across several traditional and non-traditional media forms. This court notes every hearing conducted by this court involving this defendant and co-defendant Cortland Henry have been live streamed across several traditional and non-traditional media forms. This court notes during jury selection in defendant's previous trial, there were numerous incidents regarding inappropriate contact and inappropriate communication. I had to go right here. Attempted communications between the prospective jurors and numerous members of the public. Y'all got to be dumb to do something like that, by the way. Like, bruh, you cats gonna go to jail for doing stupid shit like that. As a result, BSO was required to use additional resources in the courtroom, at the public elevators, and in the hallways of the courthouse to prevent inappropriate contact and inappropriate communication and attempted communication between prospective jurors and numerous members of the public, which created security concerns for the attorneys and courtroom personnel and prospective jurors and members of the public. This court has concerns for the welfare and safety of the attorneys, courtroom personnel, and prospective jurors who will be involved in this case, as well as the members of the public. This court has the authority to protect the names and addresses of the jurors who will be involved in this case. See Sunbeam versus State and Barron versus Florida newspaper. This court has special order 250 total jurors summoned for jury selection. In the present case, this court has special set jury selection starting on Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. Prospective jurors will be screened only for their ability to serve based on the proposed trial schedule in... Where's the other page? I guess there's not one. So apparently in that courthouse, they've been doing some crazy shit, like tampering with witnesses and all this stuff and everything. And you'd have to wonder, bro, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Do y'all realize trying to tamper with witnesses is going to get your butt thrown all the way out and taken to jail, and they're going to make you sit your butt down? I think what you people need to realize, meaning you people who want to be fans or people who want to try to influence shit, don't. Believe in the judicial system or believe in the lawyers. But talking to these people, you gotta be dumb as hell. That's why I'm still waiting on the feds to arrest whoever they supposedly wanted to arrest for threatening judges and prosecutors and all this shit. Like, how the hell the prosecution gonna spell prosecutor wrong? Young Thug voice. But it gets crazier because we start finding out dates. We start finding out restrictions. We start finding out a whole bunch of stuff. Roll it. So this right here is just more onto the media stuff. So it's just talking about, standards of media coverage and all this crap. And the uniform state definition of media has kept pace with the dramatic and rapidly evolving use of new technologies, forms, and mediums for gathering and disseminating information and news to the public, has posed significant challenges, requires their position of certain guidelines. So this is really just about the guidelines that you're going to see. So we're not really going to divulge into this. And plus, Boom does a very good job at doing this shit. I guess I could read these small ones right here. Let's see. The state orderly use of court facilities and minimization activities which disrupt and interfere with fair, orderly, and peaceable conduct of court business requires imposition of provisions governing the media and media coverage of judicial processes pursuant to Florida rule of general practice of judicial administration media coverage. So yeah, it is what it is. Definition: courthouse facility, courtroom for purposes of order. Courtroom means courtrooms, hearing rooms, and any other places used to conduct proceedings unless specifically stated otherwise. Media for purposes of this order is defined as traditional print and broadcast communication channels such as radio, television, newspapers, and magazines, though which news and information is disseminated that reach or influence people widely for newsworthy entertainment or other purposes. That's where they try to add the whole entire thing of dare I say YouTube and TikTok and Facebook and all this shit. So that's really what they're saying. And it's funny because there was a judge who was pissed off in Dallas about people using her stuff, and she literally did not understand. Judge, your slow self didn't understand, bro. Your ass cannot sit up here and make these public courtroom filings private from YouTube and all this shit if I can walk in there off the street and watch the proceedings. That's what the public demands. Purpose intended paragraph is to not prevent the media from covering legal proceedings, but to protect the vital due process rights of all litigants, including victims and their families, so as to not interfere with the court proceedings. So basically what they're doing is they're just telling us bro, hey, your ass need to make sure that we have all this stuff in order. So yeah. Nobody can have cell phones. So December 9th, Judge Martin Fein filed an order with the Broward County clerk that bans all public use, display, or visible possession of cell phones and electronic devices. So what that means is, because they do this in the feds, they gonna make your butt put it in a freaking locker if you bring it. Setting a strict discovery deadline. This ought to be good. Yeah, here we go right here. Both sides must submit special jury instructions, lesser included defenses, and make all trial exhibits available for inspection before the trial date. And it's crazy, and I just said this in another video, so, Dirk's case is going to get pushed back. Ms. Cal's having forward been reviewed by court states as follows. The defendant's case is currently set for trial January 21st, 2026, pursuant to Florida Supreme Court order, strictly comply with Florida rule of general practice and judicial administration. So yeah, it is ordered that there should be no further discovery submissions by either state or the defendant after January 9, 2026, pursuant to Rule 3.220K, Rule 3.220N, the Rule 3.2200, and no further motions filed by either the state or the defendant after January 9, 2026, pursuant to Rule 3.190. Any witness, I had to go right here, evidence or exhibit of any kind not disclosed by January 9, 2026 shall not be admitted into evidence at trial. Any motion of any kind, including but not limited to motions in limine, motions to suppress, and motion to dismiss, not filed by January 9, 2026 shall not be heard and will be summarily denied as untimely. It is further ordered that any request for an extension of discovery deadline and/or motion deadline by either the state or the defendant must be in writing pursuant to Rule 3.190A. Yeah, okay. Special set trial order. The defendant has been in custody for 797 days as of this date. This case is currently set for trial January 21st, 2026, pursuant to Florida Supreme Court order AOSC 20-23. This court notes, in pertinent part, chief judges shall have discretion to determine how best to utilize available trial court resources and facility space to conduct in-person proceedings, whether criminal or civil. But before making such determination, should consider the following priorities listed from highest to lowest: essential and critical trial court proceedings, circuit criminal trials with an in-custody defendant. It is ordered Is therefore ordered as follows. Both the state and defendant shall submit in writing any request special jury instructions and any requested lesser included offenses prior to January 21st, 2026. Both the state and defendant shall make available for inspection by opposing counsel all trial exhibits to be used. All right, so we're done with that. In the last comment, they asked a simple question. Here's what I believe. I didn't look up any case law or anything, but y'all know this big old head right here that y'all say I'm hiding, because if I push myself way back, the mic is right here. The mic length is like super small. So unless y'all want to donate, like if y'all want to put together like $2,000 for me to get a big old desk and a super mic, I can do that. You can see my full body and I can go Macarena on you. You know what I'm saying? But while I'm doing my Macarena, you feel me? I'm just going to make sure that y'all cats ain't going to mess nothing up. What are you talking about? So we're going to debate this. Y'all let me know right now after I ask the simple question. Which case is getting pushed back? I say Dirk's. Do y'all say Melly's? Because around that same time, an expected 3-week trial is supposed to happen. And last I checked, the 20th day falls into the 3-week thing. Now, unless my memory serves me wrong, that's around the same time Dirk is supposed to be doing his thing. So Drew can't be in 2 places at once. That's not how that works. So, curious minds would like to know. What's up? What's happening? The feds or the state? I think the feds have the power, but because we just dropped that bombshell today on Bilal Esley, a.k.a. Bill. Don't worry, I'll link the video at the end. We found out that they have a hell of a fight on their hands with just getting the case dismissed and dropped anyways, because Trump took 2 losses, and he appointed the prosecutor. Don't worry about it. So we're going to wonder. We're going to figure it out, because they had to push one of these cases back. And I don't think Fein gives a damn. But the question was asked, why would they do the witness tampering charge before they do the damn murder trial? Well, because that crime happened during the trial. So if we're going to bring this shit up, let's make sure that it's actual factual. Now, I believe they should have did it in both, but it makes sense for them to get the witness tampering shit done first, because it's a proof of admission and it puts the power on YNW Melly to sit up here and say, I'm not guilty. But that also means that he runs the risk of being found guilty with certain shit. But even if he loses his case, he's not going to get a life sentence. He'll probably get, 5 years, 7 years? Well, damn, that would be time served. So, in all honesty, as long as they don't massively lose this shit, like, as long as you don't say, yo, can you cover up this murder for me? As long as you don't say nothing like that, like, they go in there and go find some bullets and go find some guns and take some phones and start doing this and start doing that. As long as he ain't saying that shit, if it's all about just telling somebody don't show up to court, you can imagine why. They can make a story out of that. But because he gets found guilty of witness tampering potentially, that still doesn't make him guilty of murder. They still had to prove that. So if they beat this witness tampering charge, I'm going to be fair, square, obvious, and honest. What is it going to get them? Like, how many years could they actually get? Because it's not like the witness tampering charge is going to have an admission of guilt on the murder part. So I'm not dismissing this saying, hey, it really ain't shit. But what I am saying is, how much shit did you really step in? And some of y'all will be like, well, nah, Nash, it actually helps because it will basically obscure the damn potential next jury and all this shit and everything. Okay. That he witness tampered. All I had to do is ask you this simple question. Do you think that if you wanted to protect your loved one from the circus that they've been in, from what they did to your mama, threaten your mama with all this shit, you don't think that if I love you and care about you, that I wouldn't want to protect you, my damn self? I don't want you in the circus because I don't want those individuals who basically are threatening my family and threatening everybody, especially certain individuals, won't say their name, but they've been talking a whole lot of shit and saying this gonna happen to somebody, this gonna happen to somebody. Why wouldn't I protect the person that I love? So even if he's found guilty, okay. All right, man. But I wonder what damning evidence do they really have? If it's nothing but some calls, and you already know one buddy, Cortland ain't coming to testify, but the other dude, he gonna be in there telling the whole entire thing. So I'm more so curious as to what was said, how it was projected, and what exactly happened next. Well, of course, that's what the whole entire trial is going to be about. So thank you, Captain Obvious. You're welcome. But I'm more so curious as to the actual evidence. That's really what it boils down to. Found guilty or not, I don't really give a shit. I know I'm supposed to, but I'd be lying if I said a dude who damn near served, 8 years? I don't even know how many days that is, bruh. How many, what did I say, 798 days? 798 days. How many years is that?
798 days is equivalent to 2.186 years.
Nah, it's been longer than that. What the fudge? How long has YNW Melly been locked up?
YNW Melly has been in jail since February 13th, 2019. He was arrested.
Okay. How long has February 13th, 2019 been since now? How many years and months? 6 years and 9 months. So yeah, bro, I'm looking at it like this. Shit, I already done did. It's gonna be 6 years and 10 months. So you looking at almost a 7 year. That's time served, bro. I'm really, as long as they can minimize the impact of what we did and the sentencing ain't too crazy, but it's also going to show what? How crazy Judge Fein can get. I believe Judge Fein is still pissed off at the prosecution. Do not, now I'm going to say this to y'all again, do not be surprised if the prosecution doesn't try to get his ass kicked off. Just going to be fair. But anyways, y'all worried about that Xbox, the PlayStation? Listen, man, we are 29K away. I mean, y'all remember me saying, bro, we 30K away, bro, we 40K away. Bro, we going up hundreds of subscribers a day. We are 29K away from that giveaway. We only got 70 people qualified. So make sure you are one of those individuals. Or if you don't, just comment your thoughts and let me know. Hit that like button, support what we got going, and we're going to keep on growing. Click right here, though, to see this crazy-ass Lil Durk video where I expose the feds because, Seti Nash worked for the feds. So, they made an enemy out of their former partner, according to rumors, right? Click right here to see how the fed caught the feds. Click right here or click right here for the playlist. I'll catch you on the next one.